No, I think so. Out of Ohio State, it is Marvin Harrison Jr. He had an interesting year, I got to say. Did anyone feel like he underperformed or performed less than expected, given the fact that his quarterback this year just gone was Kyle McCord? Obviously, a bit of a step down from CJ Stroud and even Justin Fields. Was he with Justin Fields? No, he wouldn't have been.
No, not with Justin Fields, I don't think. No. I mean, I guess
I think the expectations were so high for him, though.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Such high expectations. CJ Stroud then comes into the NFL and has, rookie of the year, nearly, he's Pro Bowl, all that sort of stuff. So you can understand why there's a little bit of a step down from one to the other there, I think.
Yep. No, I think he still had a really good year. So 1,211 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 26 rushing yards with a rushing touchdown as well. 67 receptions. So I think he still did all the things that we expected. We talked about him before the season. He was our number one wide receiver going into the college year, and he still came out that way as well. Had some amazing games, even against the teams like Michigan, in which they lost. 5 catches for 118 yards and a touchdown. He had, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm counting 8 games here with over 100 yards. And only 2 games where he didn't catch a touchdown as well. And ruling out that first game against Indiana, which apparently was a tough matchup for them at the start of the season.
It's not a bad down year, though, is it? 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Not bad for a down year.
No, that's exactly right.
I have a question. Do either of you have any real concerns about Marvin Harrison Jr. Coming into the NFL? Like, is there, because you see sometimes you don't really want to say that there's prospects with zero concerns or zero issues whatsoever, because it's very rare. But is there? It seems like in a way that Marvin Harrison Jr. has very little concerns. Do either of you have anything you're slightly concerned about, or you reckon he's just going to be almost perfect from the get-go?
Yeah, I think physical cornerbacks will give him some trouble, especially off the line. If they can get hands on him and sort of jam him at the line, I think that's the biggest concern with him, but they're not going to be able to do it that often.
No, for me, he's easily the number one wide receiver. I kind of comped him to, for me, I think his closest comp is probably DeAndre Hopkins, just because he's so long. He's got such huge hands. He's tall. He's very, very explosive. He's a very good route runner. So he's sort of got that CeeDee Lamb in him as well. My one concern with him, though, when I watch some of his film, is it's sort of like he catches the ball, and as soon as he's touched by a defender, he kind of goes down at the point of first contact. There's not too much yards after the catch with Marvin Harrison Jr., I personally find. But having said that, like, your priority one as a receiver is to catch the ball, and then your priority 2 is to then move the ball once you've caught it. So I'm okay with that, and I think that's something he can work on. He'll probably work on that as well once he sort of grows a bit and feels out his body. I mean, he's listed right now 6'3", 205. So he's still got a ways to go. But I think as far as picks go, I think any team will be happy. I think he's as safe as they come for teams to draft. And, if the Bears took him at 1, obviously that'd be really surprising because they've got a lot of needs to fill. But if the Patriots took him, wouldn't be surprised. That's actually where I think he goes. I think the New England Patriots will draft him at 3. And if not, he's not going to get past the Arizona Cardinals. So unless the team trades up for him, I think he's in a really, really good spot. And he's, like I was saying, as safe as they come. A couple of things he can work on, but I think he can, like I say, work on those.
Dan, did you have... I'm not trying to take over here, John. I'm just curious. You gave your player comp. Dan, did you have a player comp for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I haven't comped any of them to other NFL players yet.
That's all right. I was thinking somewhere along the lines of Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
Or a skinny version of AJ Green.
Yeah, AJ Green is the other one I've been hearing, and I like that comp. My only thing with Larry Fitzgerald is he was very good at yards after the catch, which is what I'm not really seeing in Marvin Harrison. He's also like a lot bigger, but I'm also thinking of late Larry Fitzgerald.
I don't think Larry Fitzgerald is a close comp.
I don't know. Maybe it was just like
I can see the AJ Green one, the Larry Fitzgerald one.
Yeah, and it's probably not a good one, but I was thinking just like in terms of physical look as opposed to, like, I don't know, just the way he would catch the ball and, run a little bit. It just sort of, when I first saw it, I was like, it just looked visually a bit like Larry Fitzgerald as opposed to play style.
I mean, I'm watching now, like just that cut, the change of direction ability is definitely there. And that's definitely in Larry Fitzgerald, the ability to get the ball, turn your body around, look at the field ahead of you and just be like, yep, I'm off that way. Exactly. That's where I'm going. So yeah, super explosive, great size, length, arm span, and hand size. It's all there. It's all there. I think he's as safe as they come.
Would not be a surprise if he went number one. Like if someone sent Chicago a Godfather offer to go from, if New England decided they really wanted Marvin Harrison or Arizona did, and they went from 4 to 1, like it wouldn't shock me to see him go number one just based off of his skill set alone.
Having said that, where do you think he goes?
I reckon you're right. I think 4 to Arizona.
Yeah.
I think New England takes Jaden Daniels at 3.
Yeah, I think the top 3 need quarterbacks too much.
I hope so with New England, because I just feel like that's where quarterbacks go to die. Even though it's a brand new day in New England, I understand that. It's just I've still got that bad taste in my mouth that's never washed away. So we will see.